Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Tahir. This is Inspired RC, and today we've got my Kraton on the bench, and I'm going to be discussing a problem that I've been having with my Kraton, and pretty much I've been having with all the bigger rigs that I run. The problem that I've been having is because I don't run the smart batteries on my Arrmas, I don't get the indication on my controller as to how much battery life I've got left in the trucks. So when I'm running them, I don't really know how much juice is left in there. And a problem that I do have is sometimes I get a bit carried away and you're out driving and all of a sudden you hit LVC. Now, that's perfectly fine because obviously LVC is there to protect your batteries. The issue that I'm having is when I hit LVC, I don't fancy driving this car all the way back to my vehicle. So I end up having to carry it or pull it with a rope. I don't really want to be doing that. So what I thought the solution for that problem is if I had some kind of an alarm on there on my batteries or in the car somewhere, which tells me when the batteries get down to say 20%, it's time to start heading back to the car. I'll still have enough battery life left in the car, in the vehicle, to drive this all the way back, and I don't have to carry it. This is what I've decided to go with. So guys, what this is a voltage display buzzer and alarm. It's designed for a whole range of batteries, but in my case I'm using some Lipo batteries. You've got a bit of shine there. So the model number for this is BX100, made by Hot RC. I purchased these on eBay UK and it cost me around £3.50. And guys, I reckon this is probably the best £3.50 investment that I've made on my RC cars, guys. This here is going to allow me to save my battery as well. It will tell me how much voltage the battery has, how much juice it's still got left in there, and it also gives you an option of setting an alarm. So I can set the alarm at different voltages, and once this is connected to the battery and one of them cells does drop down to that voltage, a particular voltage I've set, the alarm buzzer will go off and it will just notify me, and the alarm on these are really loud. So I expect when I'm out running, I start hearing a beep, I know that's the time that I need to start making my way back to the car before I ruin my batteries. And it happened to me, guys, already once where I'd hit LVC and I was that far away. I didn't fancy carrying this car. It weighs a lot. So I drove it back, and when I got home and I plugged my batteries in, I was down to 1%. I'm so lucky that that battery is still able to charge. I didn't damage it or anyway. And these batteries in front of you, the 3S, the 4S, they are expensive, and you don't want to be replacing these unnecessarily. This here, I'm going to show you, we're just going to quickly unpack it, and I'm going to show you how it works and how I intend to use it as part of my truck here. Let's get it out. So this is what it looks like. So it's in a plastic case, this, and this is actually the V2 model. There is a V1 model of this, and it looks similar in design, but it doesn't have this plastic outer casing, which I think is required, because when you're out bashing these trucks, these will get some abuse and you want some kind of protection on there. So guys, I'm just going to quickly show you how this thing works. So as I said before, you've got the LCD display on the front there, you've got the pins at the bottom there, and you connect your balance leads to these pins at the bottom here, and this checker will then display the individual voltages for each cell that the battery has, and the total voltage as well at the top here. It's got a couple of rectangles there, and it's got a small button in the middle. The rectangles are for your sound, for the alarm. Then the button in the middle there will allow you to adjust your alarm value. So you can set this alarm value from anything between 2.7 all the way up to 3.8 volts. So using my 4S battery that I've got here, if you just look at the balance lead there, you've got a black wire on pretty much most of the balance leads that I've seen. You have the black wire there, the negative wire, and this is the wire that's most important to you guys when you're hooking up to this battery checker here. And then obviously the rest of the wires there are for each individual cell that you have after that. So this is a 4-cell battery, so it's got the negative terminal and then it's got 4 wires after that. That's telling me that it's a 4-cell battery. So on this buzzer here, if you look, you have I think it's 9 pins in there in total, and your pin number 1, you just got to remember which is your pin number 1. It's the most leftist pin that you can see. Just a bit blurry there. There you go. So it's your pin number 1 is this one right on the corner here, and this is your negative terminal. And if you look at the way I remember which is your negative terminal there, on the front of this device it says on there the BX100, which is your model number, but the B is directly over pin number 1, and I just remember it as being black. So B is for black and it's directly over pin number 1. So to connect this to your battery, all you have to do is make sure your black lead here is all the way on this side here, and your pin number 1 goes into the black lead there. Then the rest should just connect in. Once you're connected, the LCD display will light up, and what it shows there is an all, which is 15.1, which is a total voltage of the battery that I've got in total, and then it goes through from 1 to 4 cells, and after each number it tells you what the voltage of each one of them individual cells are. So it's telling me there all is 15.1, number 1 is 3.8, number 2 is 3.81, 3.79, 3.8. So this battery that I've got here is currently in storage mode, and it's just telling me the individual cells there. So to work the alarm on this, you press the little button at the top, and you just keep on pressing it until you get to the figure, your desired value that you want the alarm to sound when one of the cells on this battery reaches that level, the alarm should sound. So I've already preset mine. Well, this one comes preset at 3.3, so I'm going to change it to 3.6. So for me, 3.6 is probably about equivalent to about 20% charge of the battery. So it will give me a little life left in the car for me to be able to drive it back. That's the aim of this buzzer here for me. So now that it's set at 3.6, you can see there I've just pressed it, it's gone to 3.7. You just keep pressing it until you get to the desired value, and you just leave it and it will save it at that point there. So guys, this is your 4S battery here. Now you might be thinking, oh, there's no kind of indication, what if I get it wrong? It really doesn't make any difference. It won't damage anything. It won't damage your detector. It won't damage the battery if you just put it into the wrong pin. If just by mistake you stop. So I'll just quickly show you. If I put it like that, nothing will happen. I mean, I can turn this around and put it in and nothing will happen. So guys, you just got to make sure to get the reading, you got to make sure your black terminal is all the way to the left hand side and is connected to pin number 1, which is directly underneath where the letter B is. Just make sure it's in that slot there. Now obviously you can do any one. You can use this on a 2S, on a 3S and a 4S battery. So I've got another 3S battery here, so I'll quickly show you on that one. So this one's got a slightly newer designed balance connector. It makes no difference, it's still the same. If you look, I've got the black wire on the left hand side, and I'm just going to connect it into number 1, and you know when it's connected because it turns on. If it's not connected right, it won't turn on, guys. Simple as that. So this one's 4.1, so this is pretty much full battery. I was intending to use this. I will be doing it shortly, but I wanted just to make this quick video and show you all the different features that this little buzzer thing here, voltage checker and buzzer alarm does for you. So that's my 3S battery. I'll just quickly show you on this. This is my 2S battery that I use for the WL toys, and it's got a smaller balance cable because it's got less wires going into it. So on this one, it's got 2 black wires and it's got the red one. We're just interested in the black wire, which is all the way to the left here. So this wire here is the one that we're interested in. That's our negative terminal, and we just make sure it's connected into pin 1. It turns on straight away, and it's showing you there it's at 3.8 cell 2, or the 7.6, 3.8 cell 1, so that's a balanced, and obviously it's not fully charged. So guys, what I'm going to do quickly now is I'm going to show you how I'm going to have it connected into my Kraton here. Just quickly whiz you up. That's all right. You can see there I've already got my battery in here, and I've just strapped it down on this side here just to show you how I intend to have this set up and in my car. These things are very small, so they won't take up much room, and they're very light, so it won't add any weight to your car anyway. So plug this in. So I've got the black wire here on this side. I'm going to stick it into terminal 1. Turns on straight away, just telling me what my readings are, and I'm just going to pop it in like that. So it will be displaying the voltage all the way through. I'll quickly show you. We'll be displaying the voltage all the way through my run now, and as soon as the alarm sounds on either side, so I've got two of these, so I've got another one here. What I intend to do is put that on the second battery, and as soon as one of these cells in any of these batteries reaches 3.6 volts, the alarm will sound, and I'll know it's time to bring it back in again, guys. These things, you can just use it as a checker. You don't have to have the alarm on there. You do have an option to turn it off, but it's a good idea just to keep the alarm there, guys. You want to save your batteries. You don't want to over discharge these batteries. You want to make sure that you get as much run time out of your batteries, especially these bigger ones. They do cost a lot of money. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please subscribe. I've got other mods that I've got in the pipeline, which I will be doing videos on, and I will be taking this rig out as well now that I've got some confidence in this alarm system that I've got connected now. It's been a pleasure yet again, and I hopefully see you in the next video. See ya.